What's up, Eagles fans? What is going down? It's Andre, aka Dre Diesel, coming to you from California, talking Philadelphia Eagles all day, every day. And this is the Cali Eagles podcast. I just want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody. Thank you for your service. Thank you for whether it be in the past, in the present, or possibly in the future. I just want to thank everybody for your service, and we do understand what Memorial Day means. That we mourn and also give thanks for those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country, and we appreciate and send our prayers out to those families today. And yeah, happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. And then one other thing, I want to say happy birthday to the love of my life and the most beautiful woman I know, Shauna. Happy birthday. I love you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day today doing your thing. All right, Eagles fans, let's get into it. So I'm going to call this the week in review. Not a lot of Eagles news is going to be coming up right in the next few months here. So I'm going to probably keep it to about once a week podcast for now and just do a review of what may have popped up. We're going to talk about OTAs, right? We're going to talk about all the stuff that you've probably heard a lot of already this week, and just give you my ideas on how I feel about it. So, off the top, boom, we've signed a wide receiver, John Ross. We lose a wide receiver, how he jumps right on it. He don't play. He ain't scared, right? And apparently, even though John Ross has been out since 2001, he made an impact with somebody. And I imagine all wide receivers go through Siri because he's a wide receiver guy, and I don't know who exactly else that John Ross impressed, but he must have done something because he was chosen out of all those people that we've taken a look at and what's available out there on the street already. But boom, just like that, how he takes care of business, we've got another wide receiver. Do I still think that we're thin at that spot? Yeah, I'm going to get into that too. So then also we go into some guys that were not there at OTAs, right? We had 4 or 5 guys that were not there. And I'm going to start with the biggest one, which is James Bradbury, right? So we all kind of wondering what's going to happen with James. Ultimately, I think that somebody in the organization or they both already know what's going on. It's just they're just waiting for a time for it to pan out. And something's definitely going on between Bradbury and the organization. And we're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? So ultimately, what I can say is I really don't think that Bradbury will be suiting up for us one way or another. He'll probably get moved because, as I said in the other videos, a team's going to come along that's going to get hurt at the position and they're going to need a guy, and that's when we can move him. Otherwise, there's a chance, hey, maybe Bradbury might sit, right? Maybe there is a chance that Bradbury comes in and sticks with us through the season. And the only reason why I would even think that is because I feel like Slade gave away a little bit of a nugget in his press conference by saying that, he's in good spirits and that Bradbury is looking forward to mentoring the younger guys. So maybe that's what they got going on between him and the organization is that he'll come in, be a backup, and help show these new guys the ropes. So I'm really thinking that either way, whether he's cut or benched, he won't really be playing for us if everybody stays healthy this year. And another thing too, I don't think that the organization or James Bradbury are mad at each other. This isn't a sour situation or a funky one. I don't think like the Hassan Reddick situation. So I think that he did get the news that he won't be playing for us again. He's not at workouts. He's letting other guys, fill in his spot and run. And of course, that spot was filled by Isaiah Rogers. And I like this. I really do like it. I feel like Quinyon Mitchell would be nice to see him there, but let the kid earn his spot. I like the fact that these 2 kids are on the second team and not just given a shot outright. Prove what you can do. And that seems to show, the Vic Fangio old school kind of way. You know what I mean? Like you got to get out there and prove it. So I'm liking what I'm seeing on that front. And then, we can lead into the other non-participant participants. We didn't have Lane Johnson there, and guess who's filled right in for him? Standing there, we just signed him, Mekhi Becton, and this is a big signing for us, I think, guys. If this guy can really come in and make some hay at the right tackle position, I mean, maybe Duke could do something. There ain't no stopping Stout. You put that kind of talent in his hands, we'll figure out about Mekhi Becton real quick. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Eagles, Mekhi Becton, and I'd like to see him play swing, cover either position if any one of those guys goes out. And ultimately, if we can have that number one pick end up being Lane Johnson's replacement, I'm all for it, man. Let's go. I mean, we might have found a gem. This guy's gonna make the roster. He's gonna be one of the 53. He's immediately put in, so we know that Mekhi Becton signing is for real. And then Paris Campbell comes in for Devontae, and then Paris Campbell and Isaiah Rogers go at it, I guess, in the OTAs. And I have a feeling that these guys aren't too unfamiliar with each other. That they both played for Indy at one time. I'm not sure at the same time, but I have a feeling these guys are probably very familiar. And were able to go out and put on a show for OTAs at least, and then also the showing that Paris Campbell is immediately put in for the missing Devontae Smith is big, and probably shows that that's another guy in Paris Campbell that's definitely going to make the roster and possibly may take that wide receiver 3 spot. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. I want to know. And then thirdly, I was hoping you guys could hit me in the comments if you've heard anything about who stepped in while Josh Sweat was not there and what the front configuration at least looked like. I know they weren't doing anything really, but you know, probably mimicking, what their actions, but nothing really serious. But still, I'd like to know who was standing in there. If it was Huff and Nolan, or if it was Huff and whoever else out on that outside. I did not see any news on that, so hit me in the comments if you saw anything about that. Okay, and then going through here, I have a question: is why is nobody talking about Nakobe Dean? Why is Nakobe Dean not just now coming out that he's still coming back from injury, this and that? I feel like Nakobe Dean has no problem missing time when it means something, when he needs the most work, he needs the most reps, he needs to get in there for day one and show what he can do. He's hurt, and this hurt thing, I hope it doesn't drag on. It is still kind of early, but Nolan Smith too. These two guys need to get out on the field, and if their injuries are gonna lag, somebody else is gonna get on that field and play. And it's as sad as it is. I really am starting to feel, and I do feel that Nakobe Dean will not pan out. I know it's still too early, but that's where I'm at with it right now. It's just, I mean, I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it when he's on the field. The times that he has played, I didn't see anything spectacular, you know. But who knows, man? Maybe the kid, it takes a lot of these guys 3-4 years to really get into their prime. So it's still a long way to go. We'll see. But at this point, I have a feeling that he's going to be doing a lot more riding the bench in the near future. One thing that was interesting was lining up at the secondary was Rogers that we talked about, but then of course it's big play, and then who takes the slot? Maddox. Maddox comes back in and immediately is in the slot. Okay, and then Dijon, it goes into the slot and second team, and then plays corner on third team. Okay, and it seems to me right now, Cooper DeJean's future is going to be hanging by a hangnail from Avante Maddox's foot, and that we all know about this foot, this bad foot that Avante Maddox has. We've all suffered Avante Maddox's foot when the Eagles have failed to fill that position, and we were constantly getting gashed for third down conversions by the opposing team. So all of us are very familiar with Avante and his monstrously bad foot. So I would never want to look at this foot because I'm just too biased, and I would get upset at the foot right away just because of all the things that it's problems it's caused for us. But now I think that the Eagles have come along and got some medicine for Avante Maddox's foot, and that medicine is called Cooper DeJean. Right, so go ahead, take your time, walk lightly over to the sideline on your foot, and go ahead and let Cooper DeJean come in as the backup, fill in for him. And then I really like the way the defense looks. Okay, so now we got Slay, DeJean, and Rogers as secondary. I'm playing Nick Ball all the time. Yeah, put the kid on the field. I can't wait to see what he does. So Avante Maddox, I hope you stay healthy. But when you don't, the Eagles got a plan to make sure that we can stay relevant this season, right? And then that's about it. As far as I've got, as far as the week goes, one thing I'm not going to address is the Kenny Pickett looking better than Jalen Hurts. I'm not even going to address it. Sorry, guys. It's not even worth my time, and I deleted that Twitter account by Major League Football. That's ridiculous, and I'm not going to go through that during the downtime of this season, of this off season, with all that craziness. I really don't plan on reporting too much on stuff that just is outlandish, So anyway, I do that for you guys. And then the last thing, I know this isn't all the way Eagles related, but they were talking about this new system that they're going to try to put in that tracks the first downs. And I'm like, really want to hear about what you guys think, what Eagles fans think about this, because to me, and I could be a little bit paranoid, but the whole thing seems a little like it could get a little shady. Like maybe there could be some sabotage, some malfunction, or also, maybe some corruption in there with this new thing that it's like, if it's not broke, why are we trying to fix it? I mean, I know we get some bad spots now and again, but what is this thing really going to do? Is it going to measure is it going to know when exactly a guy is touched while he's touching something? Is it going to know, I mean, I can see a laser beam sitting there like at the end zone and whatnot, but this line to game thing, there's just not enough information on it. And I know that apparently the Jets fans have been exposed to it a little bit more than most, but if anyone here knows anything about it, I was having a hard time getting any actual information about how it works. Please hit me in the comments, send me a link so I can kind of check that out. But I just am not sure about this new thing. And then what does it do? Food for thought. What does it do to the refs when they don't have to do that part? And then that thing goes out, and the refs have to go get that have gotten so used to not doing whatever part this thing is going to do, and then have to go in and do that again. Aren't they going to be behind in that? They're not going to be as experienced in that thing because that machine has been doing that. So how are the refs going to just jump back in and look at that? And then also, who's going to be the guy there? Is there going to be a person that will keep this machine or this technology honest and make sure that it's functioning properly? Who's that guy going to be? Is that going to be a shady official as well? I really don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. And I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. Like I said, this was Week in Review by CaliEagles. Just want to say I really appreciate the views, you guys. Thank you so much. Please leave any comments and let me know how I'm doing or what you guys think about the video or anything that you'd like to see in the future. I really appreciate it. If you guys like, subscribe, or hit the notification. Thanks for coming in and meeting me at the door. It's Dre, aka Dre Diesel. I'm out. Maybe there is a chance that Bradbury comes in and sticks with us through the season. And the only reason why I would even think that is because I feel like Slade gave away a little bit of a nugget in his press conference by saying that, he's in good spirits and that Bradbury is looking forward to mentoring the younger guys. So maybe that's what they got going on between him and the organization, is that he'll come in, be a backup, and help show these new guys the ropes.